All right then, let's talk about the task 1 for the academic module. Now, I've separated, this is an overview, and I've separated it from the other kind of writing task that you'll get, basically because they are completely different tasks and you need to look at them as very separate kind of skills and approaches that you need. So this is an overview of the task 1. We won't go into the actual tips and strategies in this session. There's a following session related to that. But it is important to begin here and understand exactly what you have to do. So these are the main points in terms of what you have to do. You have to describe visual information, and I'll show you some examples in a minute of the kind of visual information that you must describe. You have to write it in 20 minutes, and then the minimum word count is 150. So that is the minimum. You must write at least 150 words. Now remember this, and in fact 150 words, the minimum of 150 words will probably not get you the best score. Really, you should be aiming to write at least 200 plus words. Now, let's just look at the instructions that come with the test. So you get a description of the graph, which usually begins, the graph shows, da 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 da. You get some directions, which say summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Now, as I said, I'm not going to talk about the tips and strategies, but I will go into those in a following video here. But it is important to understand the keywords: selecting, reporting the main features, and making comparisons. So let's look at some examples then. These are typical graphs, and you've got 3 here. Don't worry too much about the details. I'm just showing you these as illustrations. So at the top we have a pie chart, and then we have a bar chart, and then we have a line chart. And these 3 are extremely common. They make up probably somewhere around 70% of the kind of academic task 1 questions that you get. You'll also get a table that can be expected as well. Anyway, they're not the only ones. The other ones you can expect are maps. And usually maps come at 2 different times. So it might be earlier in the past and then another point in the past. Or it might be the past and then the present. Or it could be the present and the future. There's a number of different time combinations. But basically you'll see a map of the same place at 2 different times. So as an example here, this is a map of a building, and the second one I've got is a more general thing, the map of a park that we have here. And these are not related, but just imagine that you'll get 2 similar but different of the same location at different times. And then the other kind that you might get would be some kind of diagram or processes. So here we've got a diagram about sugar beet and how that is processed into sugar, and you can see that there's usually pictures and a few labels that describe how something happens or how it works. And of course your task would be to simply write about that particular process shown in the picture there. So there you go. That covers the kind of questions and things that you have to do for task 1. Now let's move on and look at the other videos where I go into some more details about how to actually answer these kind of questions.